The Santiago Bernabéu is on the brink of collapse, in the corridors of power. Seismic decisions are reshaping Real Madrid's future, and a potentially heartbreaking farewell is about to be sealed. Madrid fans, hold your breath. Eder Militao returns as a titan, hungry to reclaim his defensive throne, in a mission he sees as the battle of his life. Meanwhile, the arrival of Xabi Alonso is a tactical hurricane, imposing a bold, vertical style of football that is already causing tremors and creating resistance within the squad. But the storm is far from over. Our number 7, one of the biggest idols of the new generation, confessed to being in crisis and already feeling the weight of the crown. Florentino Perez operates in the shadows and has his sights set on a secret Premier League talent. Even with the squad supposedly closed, and one of the Brazilian heroes of magical nights may be packing his bags to make way for a new gem from Portugal. Stay tuned, because every piece of information in this video is a piece of the puzzle that will determine the fate of the biggest club in the world. Subscribe now, activate the bell, and hit that like button. Here, Madrid'S is pure, straight to the point, and with analysis you won't find anywhere else. Only the true fans stay until the end, and you, Madridista, are one of us. Anyone who expected Xabi Alonso to arrive as just another Madrid player on the bench was sorely mistaken. The new maestro had already left his mark on the locker room even before the first official whistle. The message is crystal clear. This Real Madrid will be an attacking machine, unpredictable and fearless. The era of cautious management is over. The dynasty of courage has begun. Florentino Perez made a masterful gamble. He brought back an idol with fresh ideas and a winning DNA. What Xabi built at Leverkusen wasn't just a title, it was a tactical masterpiece. A team that dominated Germany with vibrant, suffocating football. Now, that same genetic code is being installed at the Bernabéu. Sources in Valdebebas confirm the preseason was a true laboratory of boldness, formations that change like a chameleon. 3-4-1, 4-3-1, suffocating pressure, and a clear mandate for young talent to take over. The untouchable status has been abolished. Under Xabi, only those who demonstrate hunger, tactical intelligence, and the audacity to break the lines will play. The plan is simple in theory, but brutal in practice. Dominate, pressure, suffocate, and destroy opponents with an insane volume of play. It's the kind of football history demands and fans crave. But this path is dangerous and exacts a high price. And then comes the first major conflict. There are internal voices that fear that such boldness could prove costly in decisive moments. Rumors suggest that part of the squad has yet to fully grasp the coach's complex philosophy. But Xabi was emphatic. Anyone who doesn't embrace the system won't have a place on the team. The message couldn't have been more direct. A silent and relentless transformation is underway, and Madrid's needs to be ready for the growing pains and the glory that may come with them. The Bernabéu can breathe a sigh of relief, as its defensive pillar is back on its feet. Eder Militao is back. After a long and silent recovery, the Brazilian defender broke his silence to reassure the Madrid nation. I feel better and better. I'm doing what I love. It's a phrase that echoes like thunder, announcing the Warriors' return to his battlefield. With Xabi Alonso's revolution in full swing, Militao's absence was a raw wound. The defense, without its natural leader, became a land of uncertainty. Now, with the number 3 back in high-intensity training, the expectation is that order and authority will return to our defense. Militao is more than a defender. He's a state of mind, the embodiment of the grit that defines Real Madrid. His mere presence on the field is contagious with his dedication and will to win. And he's not returning to be just another defender. He wants his throne back, to silence any doubts and prove he still commands the most feared defense in Europe. But his return creates a luxury dilemma. Rudiger has established himself. Young Huijsen is asking for a move, and Nacho represents the soul of the club. The fight for a spot will be a war. Xabi Alonso will have to make difficult choices. But for the fans, the decision has already been made. The sheriff must start. The big question is, will he be able to reach his superhuman level immediately? Or does this journey back hide challenges we don't yet see? While the world debates Real Madrid's stellar attack, Florentino Perez is already building tomorrow's team. The president, with his well-known strategic discretion, has sent observers on several secret missions to analyze one of English football's biggest revelations. Adam Wharton, Crystal Palace's 21-year-old driving force. The news, which appeared in the Mail Sport and was confirmed by club sources, reveals the obvious. For Real Madrid, the squad is never truly closed. The club is always on the lookout for market opportunities, and Wharton fits the mold perfectly. Young, with enormous technical potential, versatile, and with the ideal mentality to flourish at the Bernabeu. Last season, the Englishman was a central piece in the Eagles, with 21 appearances and stellar performances. His market value is already approaching €45 million, and his contract is long, until 2029. But figures and contracts have never intimidated Florentino. Wharton is the prototype of the midfielder modern football demands, intense in marking, clinical in passing, and with a pace that perfectly aligns with Xabi Alonso's philosophy. With Cruz's retirement and Madrid's transition, renewing the team's core is a matter of survival. This move doesn't mean a signing is happening tomorrow, but at Real Madrid, plans can be brought forward in the blink of an eye. Wharton could be Florentino's next big, silent project, destined to explode in Madrid. The question remains, is it worth waiting and risking losing him, or is it time to pounce? Madridistas, this is a serious moment. Vinicius Jr., our number 7. The spark that ignites the team, is going through a period of shadows. His magical football seems to have faded, and the pressure is starting to become visible. This time, the admission came from him himself, in a sincere outburst. "My performance hasn't been good." The phrase was uttered in the locker room after a formal victory over WSG Tirol, where Vini was a mere spectator while others shone. The Brazilian's irritation at being substituted revealed the frustration of a star who isn't at his best in Xabi Alonso's new system since the new coach's arrival. The numbers have been brutal, just 1 goal and 1 assist in 6 games. For a player of his caliber, it's a wasteland. The problem seems to be adapting to the new tactical discipline, which demands more teamwork and less improvisation. Characteristics that have always defined Vini. The lowest point was the elimination from the Club World Cup against PSG. The whole team performed poorly, but Vinicius was unrecognizable, apathetic, lost on the field, neutralized. The silence among Madrid fans was deafening. The once electric and provocative player gave way to a figure trapped in his own talent. Still, there's hope. The coaching staff praises his dedication in training, and Florentino Perez is fully confident in his ability to turn things around. A contract renewal is reportedly in the cards, just waiting for him to return to his best form. It's time to demand, but also to support, because the world knows when Vini awakens, the earth trembles. The question is whether he can reinvent himself in time under Xabi's demanding leadership. A glorious chapter may be closing at the Bernabeu. Rodrigo goes. The lightning bolt of unforgettable European nights may be living his final days as a Real Madrid player. The rumor is gaining traction behind the scenes, and the diagnosis is clear. He's lost his place and doesn't fit into Xabi Alonso's new system. Giants like Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester City are closely monitoring the situation. Rodrigo, once an unlikely and decisive hero, has seen Kylian Mbappé take over, and other young talents have gained the favor of Xabi, who is seeking a more aggressive and vertical winger. But Florentino Perez is never caught off guard. The succession plan is already in place, and it has a name: Rodrigo Moura, a 19-year-old FC Porto striker considered a phenomenon in Portugal, skilled, fast, and possessing a killer instinct. The youngster impressed Real Madrid's coaching staff with his 11 goals and 4 assists in 35 games. Impressive numbers for his age. According to the Portal, Signingsmer is Xabi Alonso's preferred choice to ignite the right side of the attack, creating a new front line of youth and speed. The club's strategy is clearer than ever: fewer ready-made Galacticos, more diamonds to be polished at home. If the transfer goes through, it will mark the end of an era. Rodrigo, the hero of historic Champions League comebacks, would leave not as a failure, but as a victim of the project's inevitable evolution. The question remains, is Madrid prepared to say goodbye to such a beloved player, or is Florentino making a strategic mistake by letting go of his talent? Real Madrid is in turmoil, between heroic comebacks, a tactical revolution, internal crises, and behind-the-scenes chess moves. A new dynasty is being forged. But beware, today's choices will define the club for the next decade. And are you ready for what's to come? Leave your comment below. Who needs to go? Who's non-negotiable? And what are your biggest expectations for this new Real Madrid? Your voice is part of this story. And if you thought today's news was explosive, brace yourself. What's about to unfold in the next few hours could further shake the foundations of the Bernabeu.